What's the crack, guys? Hope you all had a good Christmas, and let's dive into the group of Tech Talks today. When an AI tries to back away and then shows an angry expression and then tries to break your finger, that's when you know the future is looking bright.
If you live in a place where your clouds have been looking like this, and it rained today, and you got rained on in any capacity, keep an eye on how you feel over the next 24 to 48 hours. And come back here and comment and let me know how you feel. Particularly, let me know how your breathing is and your lungs and just your overall health. I've got a couple theories, and I've tested them out before, and they're usually pretty accurate. And it usually takes place right around this time. So anyways, yeah, if that's you and you fit the bill, let me know.
Could this be the reason why we have these cold and flu-like symptoms? I mean, I was doing pretty well. I'm recovering, and now I'm going back to where I was. I mean, just listen. No, I will take your soul.
You want to play a little game?
Everyone is coughing in New York City right now, including myself, and it's the worst because you're not even sick. It's just this dry cough with no mucus or anything. You could drink cough syrup, anything you want, but it's just this weird cough, and like literally everyone has it. Is this just New York City or any other city, any other country experiencing the same thing? I don't think it's COVID. Let me know what it is.
Literally what we were talking about. If I didn't know any better, I'd be thinking Tech Talk's listening to me.
And a million pieces just fly apart.
In fact, using only 75 watts of energy, enough for a small light bulb, Hutchison made a 60-pound cannonball rise off the table. It would also fuse dissimilar materials, heat metal but not burn the wood it sat on, shatter metal as well as change its crystalline structure. This was something to write home about.
Beginning of 1980, experimenting with all the electromagnetics and electrostatic equipments I had at the time, I started to notice some very, very unusual effects, such as a room being filled up very quickly with multicolored lights, steel bars sitting on wood and not causing any fires, metal turning to jelly, things levitating and jumping off to the ceiling, or simply go up, hover, and then fall back down.
Dubbed by some as the poltergeist machine, there is no one machine, just a lot of old Army surplus gear, randomly tuned by John. No one knows how it works. John has apparently figured out the right combination of radio waves and electrical energy to create the effect. If it could be proven, its impact would be huge. You'd have to rewrite most of the science textbooks.
Revolutionize the planet. If you can build a zero-point energy reactor about the size of your microwave oven, put it in the back of your house somewhere, you run your house. You don't need to, you run all its electricity needs. You don't need to pull anything off the national grid. Well, if you put that into the third world, you're going to revolutionize the third world. That is as much a threat to some people as it is a benefit.
And as far as the Hutchison effect goes, I'm rather disturbed that the U.S. government and aerospace corporations has it, through the concerns of it being used for an evil force by the military-industrial complex disturbs me quite a bit. I like to see it used for the helping of nature, because there's so much pollution going on with nature. Mankind tends to want to fight each other all the time with wars.
The fact that he was able to produce that kind of technology back in the day is just wild. And like he said, you know, given to the wrong hands, it'll be used for evil purposes. And that's probably happening as we speak, to be honest.
Have a look at this. I'm now brandishing in front of you a 21-inch brutal-looking black knife. It is sharp, believe you me.
It's terrifying.
It is terrifying.
It is terrifying. If someone approached me with that, I would think it was the end of my days.
It is one of the most scary things that I've ever held in my hand.
Yeah.
There's no two ways about it.
Horrific.
I bought this online for £23.49, entirely legally. And I had it sent to this
all because
studio.
of the script or writing.
It has got no writing on it. If that had writing on it that said Zombie Hunter 5000, it would be illegal. Because it doesn't, it is completely legal.
So you've done nothing illegal, so you can sit in that studio opposite me with that 20-inch knife, which would kill me in seconds if you... Yeah, absolutely.
Kill several people.
In seconds.
It is terrifying. But it gets worse, Nick, I'm afraid, because I've heard from several police sources, in fact, this is where the story was alerted to us, that they're turning up to raids on the properties of known violent criminals. They're finding knives just like this. But because there is no writing on the knives, the police can do nothing. One police officer described it to me, the legislation, as completely pointless. Now, we've also spoken to criminal lawyers who've confirmed that the loophole exists. Essentially, if you want the detail, the Offensive Weapons Act 2019 came into force in July last year. And under that, a so-called zombie knife must fit 3 key criteria. It must have a cutting edge. You can see there's a cutting edge on this knife. It must have a serrated edge. There's a serrated edge on this knife. But crucially, it must have, and I'm going to quote the legislation, images or words that suggest it is to be used for the purpose of violence. Now, to be completely clear, the loophole only exists in a private setting because possession of a knife like that in public is already illegal under pre-existing other legislation. But nonetheless, that remains legal.
You just have to applaud the level of confidence within the system, you know, and we all wonder why there's such a high rise in knife crimes in the past 6 to 8 months.
Breaking news, Mark Zuckerberg in New Mexico are having a lawsuit about... Yeah, feel free to pause the screen and read that. Read that highlighted part. It says that it's 10 times worse than that type of website. This was brought in by an undercover investigation. Says that Facebook and Instagram created prime location. This is a 4-count suit, by the way, and talking about, the traffic. So this paragraph above the highlighted part says how there was an age verification issue and they were alleging them for promoting that type of stuff. Now, the highlighted section is alarming to me because it comes from a Meta spokesperson where they said in 1 month that they disabled more than 500,000 accounts for violating the child safety policies. So it's not just CNBC News that's talking about it. It's also the Wall Street Journal and several other places as well. So what do you think of all of this? Take care. God bless.
One of the scariest things about this story is the fact that the content is more prevalent within the Meta platforms than it is on sites like Pornhub. I mean, when this guy goes to trial, he's going to have a complete malfunction.
Oh, no. Oprah, where the hell are you going? No. So it has been reported that basically Oprah Winfrey is on the run, heading towards the bank with $100 million to Switzerland. No. 100, where are you going with 100 million? Since the fact that the Jeffrey Epstein list is about to drop because she knows her name is on it. We the people, we know her name is on it indefinitely. Now all of a sudden, $100 million heading towards the bank, towards Switzerland. Oh no. And it's not only just Oprah. A lot of actors and celebrities are leaving because they know their names on that list. The ones you haven't been seeing or hearing about lately, those are the ones that are dipping. Oprah Winfrey is on the run with $100 billion. She's going bye-bye. The Jeffrey Epstein list is about to drop.
She's going to follow the same footsteps as Mark Zuckerberg and then just build an underground bunker. But isn't it funny, though, how, the people of Maui refused to give up their land, and then they had this mad wildfire, and then all of a sudden you've got, celebrities such as Mark Zuckerberg going back there to build underground bunkers, makes you kind of think like it was quite convenient for them, wasn't it?
Did somebody have a heart attack at the wheel?
For the past couple of weeks, there have been several videos of ships crashing into places, just like you see in the movie Leave the World Behind. But I guess that one of the creepiest and strangest videos of all is this one that I'm going to show you guys right now. Check this out.
Oh, they're gonna go right over them, dude. They're down. They're down. Hey!
Strange, right? There are divers down there. They can't get out of there. And, well, it's strange enough, but it gets even stranger.
Dude, there's nobody in there. There's nobody on deck. There's nobody in the wheelhouse.
It's a ghost ship.
Oh my god. We have divers right there. They just ran them over.
Divers are safe. But even so, what the heck?
Those are our divers. Dive flags up.
It's wild because you think to yourself just how many more boats are out there with no one in it. I mean, in this case, if this had been Boise, he would have went, grabbed that boat, took it back to land, sold it, and then probably would try to get himself another 5 acres of land. I know you would have, Boise. Seeing this type of rainbow makes me question how it's formed. You know, a normal arc rainbow, for example, the sun needs to be low above the horizon and, 42-degree angle or less in order for us to see the rainbow. So this kind of makes me think how this one's formed. Is it something to do with the firmament, or what do you guys think of that?
Yo, this is crazy. So this is April, 14th, it's Friday, April 14, 2023. I'm in Oklahoma. Something is above my house, y'all. I could hear some sirens going off in the background. Crazy. Record this for a second, I'm going back inside.
What's your thoughts on this, guys? To me, it just looked like it was a rocket that was breaking apart in the sky, but towards the end, it kind of gave me like supernatural vibes. But yeah, let me know in the comments.
Is Walmart actually hiding? In 2015, Walmart abruptly closed stores in California, Texas, Florida, and Tulsa, citing plumbing issues. Initially, no one paid much attention, but things began to get stranger with each passing day. You see, people found it odd that plumbing problems would be so severe that they would require 6 months to be resolved. And that wasn't all. as shortly thereafter military personnel were seen entering and exiting the closed locations, building what appeared to be defenses around the empty shopping centers. One day, a woman managed to enter. She reported that when she entered the closed supermarket, she found a massive hole dug in the center of the store. It seemed very apparent that something was happening beneath the stores. Rumors circulated that these locations were being turned into FEMA concentration camps. But just recently, a Walmart employee from Pennsylvania made a terrifying discovery in his store that reveals the whole truth about this matter.
I remember back in 2015, there were so many videos of people showing clips of Walmart, and there was like these steel fences around the perimeter of all these Walmarts all over the United States. There was also talks or footage, I can't remember now, of all these tunnels that was connected with Walmart, and how, you know, the red light, green light was taking place as well. But the whole FEMA stories, I do remember them like as if it was yesterday.
Thank you, sir.
I just came for the Belgian chocolate. That's it. That's it.
I'm at work, and look at this car that's parked next to me. This is one of the strippers' car. Deadass. This is the stripper's car. Fucking roach infested. Look at this shit.
When you see a car so infested with so many bugs like that, you just know there's something in there that's unalive.
When you're charging your phone, it is emitting electric fields. Lara is just holding up this part of the multimeter and the other part is grounded, so we can see actually her body voltage in relation to the earth. And if I put the phone very near to her, we have about 5 or 6 volts. If I put the charger out of the wall, it almost goes to 0.00. So you have two bad things. You have the charger that is emitting electric fields, and you have also radio frequencies. If I use this meter, and if I put the cell phone out of airplane mode, it has very high readings on the radio frequency. And if I put 4G on, it's even worse. So ideally, you should put and use your cell phone on airplane mode at night, use an adapter connected with Ethernet to your router, and you should charge your phone on a power bank.
This is one of many reasons why I don't have a charger or a phone near me at any point during the night. Just think of what that's doing to your brain, or just doing to your body in general.
Is in every one of the major music companies, behind locked doors up in the executive offices. And it's placed on an altar, setting in the offices. And it's placed on an altar, setting in the north of the room, and a pentagram engraved in the floor. And 13 hand-chosen witches and wizards in a coven come in and conjure a principality or a power up, usually Regia or something like that, and order him to tell the demons under him to follow every record and every tape coming off of that master. As I tell many Christian parents, you can go home and count your kids' records, probably yours too, and count how many demons at least are there. If that's too hard for you to believe, I'm sorry. That's why they do it. Now listen to me. This is why rock music's addicting. Have you ever seen kids that got rid of their music? They go around like this. They can't wait to find a rock station somewhere, and they sneak off just like getting a cigarette or a fix, because it's addicting. That's why they can't give it up. The rest of the conversation was this. You can't cast a spell on a Christian, but you can get a Christian to cast a spell on themselves. If you give the permission for the spell to work, being a Christian won't block it. And rock music is not just a song. It is supernatural music, that which is carefully designed by their spirit guides or familiar spirits in the form of spells.
John Todd had words of wisdom back in his time, he really did. But yeah, I used to love rock music. I used to love like Pantera, Avenged Sevenfold, Trivium, Metallica. Yeah, but since I become Christian, I haven't listened to it. I have slipped a few times, but I haven't listened to it. I do like listen to Christian rock music, or sometimes I would listen to the likes of Dax or Tom MacDonald or that sort of thing. But yeah, he's on point with what he said there, I believe.
Do you know that this plane disappeared and landed 37 years later? But the surprise is not here. The actual surprise was when the plane landed again. The plane took off from New York in 1955 with 57 passengers on board, and it was supposed to go to Florida to Miami. It was a common flight for everyone in the plane until something happened and changed their lives forever. Suddenly, the plane disappeared from the radars, and no one in the control room managed to contact the pilot. It was almost just like the plane has been stolen or crashed in the ocean. After that, the case been closed till the day 21 of May, 1992, when the air traffic controller located in Venezuela saw the plane landing in their airport. Then suddenly they get a call from the plane pilot screaming, "Where are we?" The pilot then gave them all the informations of the flight, and they realized that it was the plane that was supposed to land 37 years ago. But the strange thing is that no one of the passengers have aged.
Say you're 13 years of age, your dad's 30 years of age, he goes on a business trip, doesn't return until 37 years later, by which point you're 50, and your dad's still 30 years of age. You go out with your mates to have a drink, you celebrate that along with your dad's 32nd birthday, and you tell your mates that that's your dad. There's something not right there. Like,
SubhanAllah, we've just come back to the funeral parlour. It's nice and quiet. We've just had a call now. We have 2 deceased on Christmas Day. There's 2 deceased, and I just walked past this wall and I pondered to read the reality of what happens after your funeral. After your funeral, 1 hour after your funeral, the crying subsides and your family goes home and starts to take care of your relatives' food and beverage while your body has gone into the soil. And then 2 hours later, there are those who call your house and make excuses for not being at your funeral, while the others at your house who are supposed to be paying respect to you are talking about politics and sports. 6 hours after your funeral, only your immediate family remains, and everyone else returns home and starts planning the next day. 1 day after your funeral, your organs dissolve, while the messages and calls from people who don't know you that you are dead continue to arrive on your mobile phone. So your mobile phone keeps going. 3 days after you are deceased, interviews are held with candidates to fill your vacant position at your workplace. While at that time your body begins to swell and foamy liquid comes out of your mouth and nose. So the decomposition of the body begins. 5 days later, not even a week later after your funeral, your daughter and son return to work and your body turns from green to red as your blood begins to rot your organs. 2 weeks later, 2 weeks after your death, your children will meet with a lawyer for property sharing and your nails and teeth begin to fall out. A year later, someone will say, and I hear this all the time, "Wow, is that all? It's like yesterday he died." Unbelievable. And then 10 years later, a friend and sees and remembers you in an old photo. All that remains of your body are bones. It takes such a short time to completely forget your existence in this world. Now reconsider the people and events that you are obsessed with today. Do you think it's really worth it? Wow, how real this is, the reality of what happens after your funeral.
Probably the most depressing yet most informative clip I've ever seen in my life in regards to passing on. But he is right in what he's saying. You know, this life is like a vapor, and it's important that you have the main man in your life as well, and you try and spread that in some way. I mean, for me, you know, exposing this to you guys, making you aware that there's a battle going on between good and evil, hopefully that will make you start to question things, and then from there you start to realize, hold on, there's something more supernatural going on, and then hopefully that will then sort of bring you to him. So yeah.
Whoa! TikTok, y'all seen this? Hold on, let me pitch myself down to a little guy. Disney in the news, and they're saying that a 4-year-old girl came up missing. But wait till you hear how she came up missing according to the parents. Now this article right here says a 4-year-old girl went missing at Disneyland in Los Angeles, as reported in a TikTok video, raising concerns and sparking a digital frenzy about the mysterious incident. Let me tell you. Now we don't have a picture of the family or the kid. This happened to a Latino family, so the whole situation was told in their language. But through all the interpreters on TikTok, this is what they're saying happened. So this family, who was a Latino descent, said they went into this bathroom and saw a trap door similar to this open up, and that their daughter was down in there. They said the door closed, and they went to run and report it to security guards. They thought they was crazy. They said that they need to dig up this place in the bathroom, and they try to get these people to open this floor up so they can find their daughter. The daughter is still missing. Now these people have to go see psychiatrists because they're sticking to their story that their baby went into a hole in the floor similar to this at Disneyland in Los Angeles. And it's all over TikTok right now. Excuse me. It's all over TikTok right now. And y'all need to go check it out for yourselves because this looks extremely convincing. And you see, this is a real thing. The floor is opened up and trap doors to a... Now look at that. That looks perfect in line and don't even look like a trap door.
Two things I really dislike, Disney and McDonald's. But yeah, guys, you got to be more safe out there. I mean, just walk your wee ones to the toilets if need to be, especially if you're somewhere like Disneyland. Yeah, look with that there, you're on your own, hey.
I'm about to show y'all some shit that should not be happening.
Something very interesting is happening this year. So a couple of days ago, I was walking with my cousin and I became aware of how the trees are all still green. And I mentioned this to him and whatever, we shook it off. And then I started to notice, a lot of other creators have noticed as well, that things that should have gone through their change haven't. A lot of bugs are still around that shouldn't be around. Let me shut up and just show you this clip.
I'm about to show y'all some shit that should not be happening. I should not have flowers coming in on my tomato plants right now. I should definitely not have new peppers coming in. I have peppers growing in December.
Happy.
I also should not have new strawberries.
Although it's strange.
It's December. I definitely should not have any mint, spearmint, any kind of mint coming in. It's December. This is all fresh mint, y'all. I definitely should not be having fresh sage either. Fresh sage should not come in until the spring. I have catnip blooms. Catnip blooms. This should not be coming in until the spring. It is December.
Isn't that strange?
Yes, it's very strange. Very strange.
I don't know an awful lot about gardening, if I'm honest with you, so I can't say anything in relation to that matter. But what I will say is I have been noticing bugs at this time of year where they shouldn't be. Like flies and stuff, for example, as well. They're still around this time of year when they shouldn't be.
The street light is spraying something right in front of my house. It is the only one spraying shit.
Yo, they're weapons.
This one is not. That one is not.
I just watched a thing on this 2 nights ago.
Just that one. And it stopped.
It's hard for me to say if that's fog or if that's spray from the light post, but I did have a video up a few videos ago where you can actually see the spray coming out from the light post. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if I'm honest with you. That's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the Creepy TikTok compilation. Don't forget to subscribe and also smash that like button as well, so this could be recommended to other like-minded people and help out with the YouTube algorithm. You can also share and tick out the notification bell if you want. But until the next video, guys, please stay safe, stay healthy, God bless, and I'll see you then.